Okay, welcome to my stream, guys. I will figure this out at some point. So this is a follow-up to my previous gameplay video of Resident Evil. What we've got here is an interesting one. This is Resident Evil 2, first released in 1998. However, some very, very talented engineers have used an AI rendering program to upscale the backgrounds of this to 4K quality. So what was originally 240 pixels is now considerably bigger. As such, we've actually got a lot more detail in the backgrounds than we've ever seen before. So this is a first playthrough for myself as well, and if you're experiencing this great game for the first time, then enjoy. We're going to start with Leon's story. Leon and Claire are both the main protagonists. We're going to start with Leon's first scenario and then play Claire's second scenario, and you'll see how very cleverly the two scenarios integrate together. So enjoy. This isn't going to be a speed run. This isn't going to be a particularly skilled playthrough. This is just purely going to be a run through the game to enjoy the story. So let's get on with it.
Resident Evil 2. A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American suburb called Raccoon City. It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus, a mutagenic toxin created by the international enterprise Umbrella Incorporated for use in bioweapon experiments. The Raccoon City Police Department's Special Stars Unit immediately began investigation in the affair. The case was apparently closed, thanks to the efforts of STARS members Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. But the Umbrella Corporation's experiments were far from finished.
What have we got here?
That guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
What a mess! What could have done this? What was that? What are these things? All right, that's far enough. Don't move! Don't move! No! What's up with that guy? That was a clean hit. I'm running out of ammo here.
Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down! We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer.
What's going on? I arrived in town, and the whole place went
Great.
insane.
The radio's out.
You're a cop, right?
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh? Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire. Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother, Chris.
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you.
Look out!
You okay?
Still in one piece.
That maniac's gonna ram us! Run! Claire!
Leon!
I'm okay. Head to the station. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
So as you'll see, unlike Resident Evil 1, this one drops us in right in the deep end. No time to stop, no time to look around. Just played the game before and noticed that the gorgeous background scenes and the graphics were much higher quality. You can actually see the names used in text. Let's sit down away from the circles as quickly as possible.
Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
Sorry about that. I thought you were one of them.
What's going on in this town?
Hold on. I don't have a clue. By the time I noticed something was wrong, the entire city was infested with zombies.
Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let's take a little look around the gun shop. As you can see, seeing these late 1990s pre-rendered backgrounds in such a high quality is quite amazing really. The tools they've used are brilliant. Even the inventory screen, as you can see, everything's crystal clear. Looks like the guy's been pretty much ransacked. Although he says by the time he noticed something was wrong, it's like how bad did things have to get before he noticed there was a problem. Let's get these guys off quick. Grab a shotgun and get the hell out of here. You don't have to grab his shotgun, it's a little easier. So again, what was great about this game is it took it out of the mansion, it opened up into a bigger, wider area. But it also keeps the place feeling really claustrophobic as well, which is good. Try and take these guys down as quickly as possible. Ah, that was good. Straight through, no problems. I'm going to try and stop every now and again because if you're watching this, as I said, you played the original, you probably really enjoy the high quality. Just there, all the details, all the graffiti. Probably a good time to reload as well. So of course Leon's not having a great start to his day. First day on the job he gets in the city. Oh, the whole place is on lockdown a bit like now. Fortunately, he's got some skills with the weapon. And so if you're quick, you can usually get through this place relatively unscathed. This is one of those areas where the high quality backgrounds really help. You can see that guy, the camera has knives sticking out of his back. And just like the original game, everything tells a story, every screen sort of, you know, explains what happened before you got there. Which is nice, it's really, really good to see those details. I'll try not to talk too much so you can enjoy the wonderful soundtrack as well. Always nice when you can dodge that guy without getting grabbed. Dodging shots during the COVID-19 outbreak. There we go, made it. You don't come back to these areas in the game at all, so it's really not wise to waste ammo. Interesting little secret, if you don't pick anything up on your way to the police station when you get down here, one of the STARS Alpha team from the original game, the helicopter pilot, will be down here as a zombie. And there'll be more about his story in Resident Evil 3, which will be my next playthrough. So here we go, Leon said get to the police station, it'll be a whole lot safer. Wishful thinking, let's see if he was right. Very elaborate for a police station. It actually used to be an art gallery. Although in the original version of Resident Evil 2, which was never officially released, it was a lot more modern. I think we can prefer this version.
Oh, man. Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon. Sorry, but it looks like your party has been cancelled. What happened? About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving zombies in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city. Chris and the other STARS members discovered that Umbrella was behind everything. They risked their lives to reveal the truth, but no one believed them. Not long after that, all this started to happen. Hang in there. Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card. You should be able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go. But just go.
Fine, but I'm coming back for you. Just hold on.
So we meet Marvin Branagh, who again his story is expanded on in the remake, which is one of the good points, I think. You can see he's already been wounded, so you know he knows his time's ticking away. He still orders Leon to do the right thing. So says, you know, you're a cop. There are people you need to help. So let's go and find the survivors. So we've unlocked the doors. Well, some of the doors. just like the mansion in the original game, there are certain doors with certain symbols, and we'll have to find the keys to unlock them. Like the first game again, that's what was good about these titles back in the day. You know, there was a lot of strategy, there was a lot of planning. It wasn't just, you know, run through an area, shoot, 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 like Resident Evil 4 onwards. So you don't need the knife. I'm not one of those amazingly skilled players who can do knife-only playthroughs. And if you look ahead, something crawls past the window, but it's too dark for Leon to see. Let's go face the music. You can hear that. Very, very faint pattering. Again, you're always taught in these games to just stop and listen to see what's in the room. Not a nice way to go. Fortunately, this guy has ammo, which we're going to need. And there's the blood. Enemies in this, brand new enemies for this game. They can't see you, but they can hear you. So you have to be very, very cautious when moving around them, as these guys are very fast and very, very dangerous. Just like that. If you're very, very cautious, you can walk through areas without them hearing you. But more often than not, you'll just have to make a run for it. One of the good things about this game, it just throws a new enemy at you right out of the blue, right at the start. So you haven't really had time to learn about them. The game today will give you lots of checkpoints, lots of tutorials, lots of introductions, whereas this game just drops you in the thick of it and says, you know, sink or swim. Sacrifice to the hellfire. Well, there's a fireplace, and Leon has a lighter. Let's see what happens. When we play as Claire, you'll see she doesn't have a lighter at the start. So to solve puzzles like this, she has to find it. Again, it's another interesting way of mixing up two scenarios. Herbs in this game behave exactly the same way as they did in the first one. Greens heal you, reds amplify greens, blue cures you from poison. Again, all these broken windows, all these boards, you know, you can imagine the back of what happened here. And we're just finding it in the aftermath. So, another great way of telling the story without actually telling you anything. Gotta get past all these guys. I'm gonna clear this corridor out. We are going to come back here a fair amount, and it's just easier. It's also easier if I can configure it properly. Close eye on your ammo here. You don't want to be reloading on the zombies. Right up to the bar. And they will get back up if you haven't killed them properly. It's always good to aim, just to make sure, because if Leon spins round, you know they're still alive. This window here is quite interesting. For this HD remaster, it's already broken. In the original it wasn't. Anyone who's played Resident Evil 3 will know exactly why that window is broken. And as I said, that's something I'll be showing in my next playthrough. Very clearly see, thanks to the quality of the background, we're heading into the dark room. This is an interesting room in that there are side quests where you can find photographs, and like you had to in the 90s before digital cameras, you had to go and develop film yourself. So you can do that in here. It's not integral to the story, so I'm not going to be doing it. But it's just a cool little thing that you can do. As I said at the start, if you don't pick up any items and you meet Brad, the helicopter pilot in the underpass, as a zombie, if you kill him, he drops a key. And you can unlock that locker. That gives Leon some different outfits. It also gives Claire a different outfit and a different weapon, which is pretty cool. Let's head to the second floor. Well, they seem pretty obvious. You've got the pressure panels on either side, so you have to move the statues around either side. Not particularly difficult, but you know, sometimes you need to read the clue, or you have to get a visual prompt. And again, thanks to the high quality backgrounds, look at that, you can actually read the text. Back in 1998 on PS1 with the old CRT TV, there was no way you could read that text. So it is really, really interesting seeing how AI learning upscalers are able to actually improve the quality of these. I don't know if they'll ever do it with Resident Evil 1. I have seen pre-rendered backgrounds that people have upscaled, but I haven't actually seen anyone implement it into the game yet, so that would be something cool to see. So we've got one jewel from above the fireplace, we've got another jewel here. Where do they go? Well, we will find out later. It's a case of getting everything in place so that we can run the game as smoothly as possible. Past these guys quickly. This is the STARS office. Jill and Chris from the first game and their teammates would have all been in here planning their mission before they went out to the mansion. You may recognise Leon pointing down at that gold thing. That's the gold crest that you use in the bar in the original Resident Evil. Again, because of the high quality background, we can now see it, so that's very cool. Trophies. Marksman contest winner Chris Redfield, obviously protagonist from the first game. STARS logo. Not everyone knows it, but there's actually some ammo behind this. Always helpful. This is Albert Wesker, the traitorous captain. This is his desk. Someone searched it. It's interesting, but if you actually search this desk 50 times, you'll unlock a secret roll of film. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to waste time. It's Barry's desk, firearms expert. I imagine Capcom probably told people about that desk secret. I can't imagine anybody finding that out on their own. Chris's jacket. Jill's beret. And you may not have noticed that picture on the noteboard is actually from Back to the Future 3. Again, it's much easier to see it now thanks to the high quality. Why that's there, I don't know. I guess the Japanese developers are big fans of Back to the Future. Let's grab a spare shotgun. And let's have a look at Chris's desk. Chris's diary. This explains he's gone to Europe to try and take down Umbrella, and he says he couldn't tell his sister Claire because it would put her in danger. Claire's looking for him. Well, she's not going to find him.
Leon!
It's good to see you're still among the living. It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all. There's no reason for us to stay any longer than necessary. Let's split up, look for any survivors, and get out of here.
Right.
One last thing. Here's a radio. Take it. That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
I can't believe what is happening to this city.
So it looks like Claire's trip here was in vain, but at least Chris isn't dead. I'll have to deal with these guys later. You almost have to remember, like the first game, where you left enemies alive, just to make sure they don't catch you out. Now, just like the mansion in the first game, a lot of the items to unlock the place and move around were hidden very, very carefully. I suppose you could put that down to maybe, you know, some of the higher ups of the police department having knowledge of it and trying to lock the place down to keep it safe. In fact, it was an art gallery, I suppose. It kind of lends itself to that. So we don't have the red jewel yet, so let's get rid of that. Stash that in the box next to the other one. Save the other shotgun for later. I think we're good for now. Got to see if we can sneak past the liquor in the corridor though without him hearing us. That was one of those moments everybody remembers that literally made them jump out of their skin, the arms coming through the boards to grab you. I didn't play this game for a few years and I remember getting caught out by that again. That was a heart in your mouth moment. Damn, I think he heard me. Nice try. See, these guys are fast. If you're in a room with two of them, you've got to take them out. You don't really stand much chance otherwise. Because of the way the engine worked in this game, though, you didn't tend to have multiple enemy types in one room. So you'd have just zombies, or just dogs, or just lickers. Well, let's check out this fountain in the middle. Unicorn medal, easy enough. So in this game we've got spades, hearts, clubs and diamonds keys as opposed to the armor keys in the first one. You can actually buy replicas of these keys on Etsy, I believe, after I set myself at some point. Right, let's clear the ground floor of the living dead. This is why you grab the shotgun. The shotgun's a great weapon close up as long as you don't let yourself get surrounded. The aim is to try and take 3 heads at once. Ah, not too bad. Take care of that guy the easy way. But again, always aim. A lot of them like to trick you, they'll be lying down. You think that they're dead, but then as you run past, they'll grab your foot. Not good to get caught out. Those vending machines back there. Interesting little story about those. In the original beta versions, they had a logo that looked very, very similar to a certain soft drinks company with a very famous red logo, and they had to change them. So the vending machines were actually changed a few times. That guy on the ground, he's not dead, he's just pretending. I already know this one. 2, 2, 3, 6. The code never changes, and I've played this game a few times, in case you couldn't tell. Do I need the map? No. No, it's all up here. This guy is definitely dead, and luckily he's carrying ammo, so I'll grab some of that. And outside here a little bit of health. So it's always good to collect health early in these games, because you never know if you're going to get caught out later. I know in the original game I finished it with a lot of health to spare, but again you never can tell. I've been caught out by this game many times just for being complacent. So let's get rid of those, and now we're going to head back up to the STARS office. So there's 1 licker and 2 zombies to get past, but shouldn't be too hard. It's tempting to think you can dodge everything, but even the the best runners, they sometimes have to reload saves because they get grabbed or they got cocky. Also, it's a lot quicker as well if you don't stop and kill absolutely everything. This game, well, if you do it in under 2.5 hours, you can get an A rank, and this was the first one in the series that actually gave you proper ranks at the end. A to F, I believe. In the Japanese version, you could get an S rank. No matter what anybody tells you, that was not in any other version, it was just in the Japanese version. So if anyone says, oh, I got an S rank on the English version, they didn't. Because there is no S rank. A rank is the best you can get. So let's clear some inventory space. And just like the keys in the original game, each key only has a set amount of uses. So once you've unlocked all the doors, you can discard the key. You don't have to worry about dropping it in an item box. I think it might be time to take this liquor out. There we go. So for those guys, they're very fast. You get a couple of good shotgun hits in. If you hit the back and not the brain, then it's usually 3 shots. If you can hit them straight in the head, it's usually 2. But that's what I got an extra shotgun for, a bit of extra ammo. Look at the detail on those files, on those shelves. I mean, that kind of detail in 1998 was just unheard of. Unless you had a very powerful PC. So it's great now that people can kind of improve upon the quality back then. I remember getting stuck in that room for ages when I was a kid because I couldn't figure out where the door was. I was just running against walls for ages and ages, really confused as to why I couldn't get out. And like the previous game, a lot of backtracking, but again that lends itself to the strategy element. You don't have to kill a great deal of enemies, you can dodge most things. Fortunately those guys at the window must have wandered off now. No more arms. And they can't really hurt you anyway, they just sort of grab you. It's probably a chance to freak you out. Right, so before we get into the crux of unlocking everything and getting all the puzzle pieces, I'm just going to go and save it. Always worth doing. And again, just like the original game, typewriters and ink ribbons. So you'll always need ink ribbons to save your game. There are a finite amount of ink ribbons in this game as well. And if you can finish the game with under 3 saves, I think that contributes to an A rank as well. I don't really mind how many times I save it again. This is just, showing you the game for a bit of fun. Nothing record breaking. My am, however, going to drop the shotgun out. I'm going to pick up the shotgun just in case. And where we're going will be the last use of the spade key, so that'll free up some more inventory. As I mentioned before, I will be doing Claire's second run at some point after this one. And what's interesting is if you play Leon scenario A and then Claire scenario B, if you remember at the very, very start when the car crashed, the car spun round. So Leon got out on the left and Claire got out on the right. If you play Claire B, you're playing as Claire getting out on the right. So when we play Claire B, we'll actually see how Leon A affects her story. So there are certain items that you leave and there's certain things that you do that will affect Claire's story as well. And that was really interesting. It's something the remake just didn't do very well, in my opinion. It always just felt like kind of alternate scenarios. It didn't really feel like they were the other side of each other's stories. There we go. It's very, very satisfying when you can dodge things like that. So this is one of those vending machines I mentioned that had a very, very closely trademarked logo on it, where they had to change. Regular coffee, again, because of the quality now I can actually read that version, which is quite cool. Past this door a moment back with the two statues where you had to move them around. A lot of people wonder what was on the other side of the door. Well, there you go. It's just another corridor. You can always check the map as well and see, but as I said, don't need to. If you find small keys as Leon, you can unlock desks like this. Claire has a lockpick instead of a lighter, so she can unlock everything from the start. Well, locks like that have certain locks. Leon can find small keys, which is something that Chris could do in the original game, so that was a nice carryover. This is the library, because in the 1990s every police department needs a library. Another one of those heart in the mouth moments, so I always remember getting caught out by that. It is in the remake, and what's quite cool is you can actually airwalk, you can run around on a different level in the air if you do a certain glitch, and if you drop through the floor while running under it, it will drop you underneath the map. So that was quite a nice little glitch in the remake that a lot of people took advantage of. So here is one of our first main puzzle pieces. Again, in the original game, the remake, we needed the death masks. In this we need the chest plugs. Of course, at this point you're playing it. You say, what the hell's the bishop plug? What do I need this for? Well, it will be revealed. You can probably tell by the soundtrack that we're out in the main hall again. Even the main hall's not safe. Fortunately, we can lower this emergency ladder. The remake put 2 sets of stairs to let you get up and down, but I quite like the idea of having to, work quite hard just to get an escape route to take you up and down. Take this guy out because these areas are always pretty hard to dodge zombies in. There we go, before the others catch up. Just like the original game, there are files and there are memos and letters and diaries and notes scattered all over the RPD. There's one of those aforementioned small keys. And the diaries tell you all sorts of stories and background information. And in this room, you can find the diary of Police Chief Irons, who, if you played the remake, is a bit of a nasty piece of work. And you hear more sort of details from his secretary. about how afraid she is of him and the way he acts. And yeah, you think the guy in charge of the police department isn't actually a saint himself. Let's drop that in there. Not today, buddy. Let's try down here. Let's unlock this door. This will take us outside. Another death. Unfortunately, some more ammo. You got to be so quick there. Quite often they'll grab you. But it's one of those events. If you know what's coming, you know to be sharp on your toes. Crash police helicopter. When we play as Claire in scenario B, she gets here before Leon does, and you actually see the helicopter crash. So quite a few events in his scenario, you'll see them happen in hers, which is another nice way of integrating the two scenarios together, and something, again, that the remakers didn't do particularly well in my book. Which goes to show good graphics doesn't necessarily make a game better. It makes it look better, it doesn't make it play better. This door up ahead you come through in the second scenario. I'm not going to be stupid and open it because it will let two zombies in a nice little panic moment. And I'm not feeling particularly stupid right now. I will, however, take the ammo. The valve handle became a little bit of a staple. It was in a few more Resident Evil games after this one. Surprisingly, turning valves. This is another one of those areas that you can get through very, very easily because you don't need to come back down here, so there's no point in wasting time and ammo on the zombies. Right, let's put out the fire. As fate would have it, in a lot of these American buildings there's a huge water tank on the roof. And that's that lovely high quality sign there. Excessive pressure may rupture it. It does rupture it, right over the wreckage. Notice the valve handle doesn't disappear from the inventory because we will be using it again. Somehow the ammo didn't blow up in the fire, we'll just, put that down to Hollywood. Now in that corridor just by the Secretary's office, there was a fire around the corner where the wreckage of the helicopter had broken through. So now that we've put the fire out, we can get down there. Be as quick as we can, because the crows were a little more docile on your second run through, but fortunately, if you're quick enough, they don't get you. These zombies, on the other hand, are maybe a different story. So let's put them down. Check the old ammo situation. There we go, it says the crashed helicopter. Smash this door up. No, Leon can't get through, but Claire can. So in Claire's scenario, we'll see what happens when you go through. If my strategy was good as I hoped it was, I'd have known to come in here better equipped. But fortunately, of course, the save room is right next door. Just on a side note, this is probably my favourite save theme from the whole series. Everybody's got their own, especially the remake that I played previously of the first game. But something about this piano melody, I just prefer it. See, there's no quick turn function either in this game. You can't just tap and spin 180 degrees, you have to physically turn. The quick turn was introduced the year after, in 1999, with Resident Evil 3, and also in Dino Crisis the same year. If you haven't played Dino Crisis, do it. It's so good, but it's so difficult. You see here, this is where they stored a lot of the artifacts when it was an art gallery. This is also where we use those two red gems. Are they gems or stones, or maybe they're gems the way they're cut? I'm not sure. I'm no expert. And what have we here? Bishop plug and the king plug. For anyone who's played the remake first, of course, he's probably going, that's strange, you don't get all those until the sewers. Well, yes you do. In the original game, and I think the superior game, you get them all in the police department, but you do use them in the sewers. You read in one of the journals of one of the sewer workers that one of the guys down there is such a big fan of chess that he even designed one of the locks around chess. And he sort of comments on how sort of elaborate and unnecessary it seems. So just like before, we're going to bang the king plug in here. I'm going to head downstairs again, I'll just save it just to make sure, because I said you never like getting caught out. Secretary's diary. There are an awful lot of files to find in the game, if you want to hunt for them. But it wasn't until Resident Evil 3 that you actually unlocked something for it. In Resident Evil 3, if you collect all the files, you access Jill's diary, which tells you what happened to Jill after Resident Evil 3. So, at the moment, if you want to find all the files, it's more just, you know, for completion's sake and satisfaction. And on that note, Resident Evil 2, due to the success of the first game, had a hell of a lot of versions. This version I'm playing is the GameCube version, which is a very nice port. Especially, of course, now because it's been HD remastered. It was an original PlayStation where most of us played it first of all. And it was on the Tiger Gamecom, which was an interesting little handheld. But, the less said about that, the better. I suggest you look it up on YouTube if you're that curious. You also had a Dreamcast version, which has the best quality FMVs. And the Nintendo 64 version, which, amazingly, they compressed 2 CDs worth of data onto one cartridge, which is quite remarkable. But that version, because it was being developed on the Nintendo 64, and after that was Resident Evil 0, which was also being developed for the N64, which eventually moved to the GameCube. So Resident Evil 2 port of the N64 actually had ties to 0, and there are specific files in there which relate to events in 0 that wouldn't be released for a few years afterwards. So that was another reason to find all the files if you have the Resident Evil 2 version on the N64. And I really hope I bought enough shotgun shells. Because this bit coming up, I've seen people do it without killing any enemies, but I've got to say I'm not feeling particularly lucky. So let's go and grab some ammo just to be sure. There are a few people who've speedrun this using only the knife. I've got to say they're very skillful, probably have a lot more time and patience than I do. Juggling troop out, there we go. Right, let's do this. Claire follows a similar structure in that she has to find special stones, ornate stones to use rather than the plugs like Leon does. and that's pretty much where their stories branch, but they do meet up a few times, as we'll see later. I didn't really have to kill that last zombie, I just, you know, rather thorough. There are 2 more behind the filing cabinets, but I'm not going around there. This room might look familiar. That's where we met Marvin earlier. Unfortunately, he's taken a turn for the worst. I think he's possibly, well, he's one of the only characters in the game, in the series, that you actually see turn into a zombie right in front of you. He does turn in the remake. Little thing back there, this is, you can see all the party hats and that. This was meant to be Leon's welcoming party. There's a blue sign just there. Welcome Leon, but it has 2 L's. And there was a little joke made about that in the remake. There's also a note saying how much they're looking forward to working with him. Unfortunately, he's have to shoot them all. We've now got the heart key, which means we can go down to the basement, where the last key is. But first we have one more trip to make. And that is down here. I said before, I do love this soundtrack. And a cool little feature of the remake was that you could actually download the original soundtrack to use with it. I found the soundtrack of the remake just so quiet and so kind of, you know, lackluster that I had to play it with this original soundtrack. I just couldn't play it with the new one. We only come down here a couple of times, but it's worth taking the zombies out. So on the downside of fixed cameras, they do block your view. Oh. They will sometimes do that if they lunge at you. It's tricky, you can lure them into lunging and then stamp on them, but unfortunately not. You might notice at the very, very left of the screen there it says Red Rum. Nice little Shining reference. Get rid of the diamond key. And there's a red herb. Our first red herb of the game. And again I can combine that there. First aid spray. Don't mind if I do. And the root plug, so just one more plug needed. Another great jumpy moment. Better keep Leon healthy just to make sure. Lickers, like the hunters in the original game, can have a one-hit kill if you're too low on health, where they'll just take your head off in one jump. So you hear them screech sometimes before they jump, and when that happens you've got to just run. And you often get lucky. That's really interesting, that green board on the left now, I can actually read the text. Obviously not all of it. Oh, I see, it's just somebody's rights on a chalkboard. Amazing now that we can read that. Right. Let's quickly head across, juggle the inventory, and then head down to the basement. And that's one of the last parts of the police department we have to visit. Right, let's do it. Another quick sprint through this office. There is an interesting little spoof of Burger King. Burger Kong, just one zombies falling down. Bottom of the screen now. I guess they didn't notice it, or maybe they just didn't worry about querying it, but it's at least Easter egg. The heart key only has the one use, so I can get rid of that now, so that's handy. This corridor, like the one where we first met the Licker, has electric shutters. Unfortunately, those shutters are currently up, meaning that you have to get a cord to pull them down. I didn't get a cord from that room where the Licker jumped through the window. I probably should have done, because at some point zombies come through the windows, and it makes life just that little bit more. Need a club key for that. Let's head down to the basement. Because in every horror movie, you've got to head down to the basement. Not too bad. Here's the power room. They know the dogs are a real pain. Obviously they move a lot faster than zombies, so they very kindly give you a green herb. I try to keep Leon in the fine condition whenever I can, because again, this was the first game in the series where they would limp when injured. There's two solutions to this puzzle. I just do the old tried and tested method that I'm used to. Perfect. And that activates the weapons locker next door. There's also a map down here, but again I don't need it. So let's head out and find that last plug.
I thought you were another zombie.
Who are you? what are you doing here?
I'm looking for some guy named Ben. He's one of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside. If we work together, we can move this thing. Give me a hand here, will you?
I apologise if you can't hear Ada very well. Her dialogue was always a little bit more quiet. So nothing to do with the volume on my end. It's just the recording. Right, let's go see this guy that she's looking for.
Ada, wait!
She does like to run off on her own. Obviously a woman on a mission.
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up, now!
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
Is this the guy?
Ben? You told the city officials that you knew something about what's been going on, didn't you? What did you tell them?
And who the heck are you?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella, based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago. I heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
I have it right here, officer. But I'm not about to leave this cell. Those zombies aren't the only things crawling around out there.
What was that?
Like I said, I'm not leaving this cell. Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna have to leave with me.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
All right, I'm going.
Well, he's given us a way out. Let's see where it goes. Nice doggies. Let's head down the ladder. And in good old Resi fashion, any arachnophobes might want to look away now. These guys are fast and not very nice, but fortunately just have to keep an eye on the direction they're facing. Right, so we're down in the sewers. At this point I'm going to put in 3 of the chest plugs so far. As you can see, there's a blue herb there. Always handy to hang on, just in case one of the spiders does catch you out. Don't want to use that, that would be a waste. Save it. Yeah, I'm not going for an A rank. It's meant to be just a nice leisurely stroll through it. I love how all the text has been cleaned up as well. It's actually really, really sharp, really, really nice. Right, let's get rid of that. Let's take out this shotgun ammo. Got the health in there. Get 3 of the chest plugs. One of those, and one of those, let's do it. There we go, there's the 4 chest plugs. So I have 3, let's put in 3. And the last one, let's go find it.
Ada? I don't think I've introduced myself yet. My name's Leon. I'm with the RPD. It's a dead end.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft? Give me a boost. I'll go and check.
So now we play as Ada. She has a photo in her inventory, which we can now see thanks to the high quality. Must be her boyfriend John, I think she's looking for. Those of you who remember my playthrough of the first Resident Evil, or the remake recently, remember John's login and the password was Ada, spelled his name. It's just a standard so you get yourself surrounded by 3 dogs. So much you keep an eye on your ammo. Claire does come here as well with her partner character, and they end up down here. Another really, really interesting way that the scenarios cross over. Once if Amy comes down here, she can grab Leon some shotgun shells. Some people don't know about that, but it all helps. Later on, he can upgrade some of his weapons using different parts. And if you wait till you used up all your ammo, and then combine the weapon with the parts, it gives you a whole new clip. So that's actually a little tip, give you some free ammo and some free shots. we had to get across the other side. And I never knew about that little bit at the back that I just dropped down. I couldn't quite see it because of the perspective, so it took me a while to figure out how to get down here. But I was, whatever, 10 years old at the time, so not that observant. And if we drop over here, we can use these to make a bridge. So, pretty straightforward little puzzle. Doing it as Sherry, Claire's partner character. She's little, so it takes a lot longer because she's only got short legs. But Ada can do it pretty quickly. So let's head back up. Ada became somewhat of a recurring character in the series after this. I don't know if that was Capcom's intention, but a nice addition in an otherwise sort of mediocre action shooter. And we now have the clock key, which we can give to Leon. Does make you wonder how Ada's sort of got to this part so far, given that Leon's been the guy unlocking all the doors. But she's obviously a woman with means, she knows how to get around.
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here. Think fast. Here's one more. Hey, I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
What? Ada, wait!
Well, she's helpfully given us some ammo and a key. So let's go bang the ammo back in the box. And go unlock the clock key doors. And save it just once more. Right, let's do it. Let's go find the last few places to use the key. There are 3 locations to use it, and the first one, unfortunately, is down in the basement. Once you keep away from the main bodies, you're usually alright. I don't think the hitbox covers the legs. We'll avoid those dogs because I have a feeling that if you go near them it triggers them to break out, and I don't fancy dealing with them. Appreciate the quality that went into rendering backgrounds like that back in 1998, given the technology they had. And that's why you stop and listen. We now have liquors here. I'm going to try a naughty little trick. Unfortunately, it didn't work. careful. Those guys jumping at you. Full of bodies in the morgue, as you might expect, and if I'm incredibly quick. When you blow them in half, the torso drops to the floor and keeps coming. Not nice. I think because he was injured, he was a little slower. Normally you can quickly spin around and get out of there before anything grabs you. I was trying to dodge past his shoulder. As I said, 2 lickers in one space, you know. You don't want to be there. Right, let's check out the Watchman's room. This is one of those rooms that contains a diary where, you know, you can read about the signs people saw, you know, that something was wrong, something was happening, but it was such a slow and gradual thing that people didn't really know until it was too late. Like Brian Kendo, the shopkeeper, at the start. Oh dear. Although I don't think this guy's carrying ammo, not like the others. He did, however, leave us a nice Magnum. Like the handgun and the shotgun, you can upgrade the Magnum, but the recoil on it is just incredible. It takes you about 5 seconds to fire and recover before you can even move, so I don't think it's worth upgrading the Magnum myself. I think the standard Magnum is just as powerful. I almost forgot the shotgun shells, we're going to need those. Right, back through the office. Down the corridor. Hopefully avoiding any more enemies, especially that guy. He will catch you out if you forget about him. Nope, I forgot something quite crucial. Never a good thing. Press release agreement where Brian Irons would have hosted, I suppose, a lot of guests and told them a lot of fabrications. We like the furnace here. It says like the Queen, the King and the Jack. So the Queen is 12, the King is 13 and the Jack is 11. Don't want to grab the film. If the wheel is missing because it's on the floor, just grab the damn wheel. Okay. Right, let's go and juggle the inventory around and head back upstairs. I'm going to have to go back down to the basement again. And hopefully dodge the lickers. left a very, very handy weapon down there, and I don't really fancy going through the rest of the game without it. I think in the remake that whole area was flooded, which was quite an interesting touch, a water pipe burst or something. Of course this takes place in July, so you wouldn't expect torrential rain. Maybe you would. Let's stick the magnum in there, we're not going to need that. Let's stick that in there, we're not going to need that. But again, 2 liquors in the corridor, let's not get complacent. I don't normally have to do this, as I said, I must have forgotten on the way. Dodging the liquors can get you distracted. Just so. I have a feeling we're definitely going to need the shotgun at this point. That little trick I tried earlier, going past the liquors, where you seem to sort of slide or skim along the floor. You hold the run button and you tap the forward button. The idea being that if you don't make a footstep sound, they won't hear you. I don't know if I did it wrong, or if that's just rubbish, but it didn't work. The best way to be absolutely sure is to wait for them to lie down in the relaxed position, and then when you walk, they'll crouch up on their hind legs and they'll look around. That means they hear you. That's when you stop. Then they lie down, you start walking again. It's slow, but you can get through areas of liquors, provided you don't touch them. You know, they don't actually sense you that you're there. But hopefully it won't be too hard this time around. It doesn't come much closer than that. Whew. See, I told you it was worth coming back here. Copious amounts of handgun ammo. A few shotgun shells. And the best, submachine gun. Now interestingly, in the original version he says I should probably leave the side pack for Claire. They've changed that in the GameCube version. Because you can equip both, you can leave both, but whatever you leave, Claire will find later. So if I take both, Claire's going to have a really hard time. So I will take the machine gun and I'll leave the side pack. So when we come back as Claire, we'll find the machine gun gone, but we'll find the side pack there instead. So when Claire arrives, that's what she'll find. There you go. No. Let's be a gentleman. Leave it for Claire. And now can I be as fluky as I was on the way in and get past these guys? bad that I forgot it, but it was good that I got through completely unscathed. That's a bonus. So now what we've got to do, the last thing in the police department, is head, what do we do? We go up to the clock tower, put the cog in, grab the last plug, and then head on down to the basement and put the last plug in. And that is it, we're done with the police department then. We're looking at about an hour and 15 so far. If I wasn't backtracking, if I was being a lot more streamlined, if I was skipping all the cutscenes, you can do the game in an hour and a half. But as I said, I'm taking my time, this is just a leisurely playthrough. If you run it on PC and the Japanese version, I think you can actually run it a lot quicker because of the frame rate, and I think you can even skip the door cutscenes, which add a lot of time. But where's the fun in that? You know, door cutscenes, they add attention. Right now, I'm going to need the crank and the cog. This is one of those instances as well where some areas that you visit will have had enemies changed. So whereas before there were a couple of zombies upstairs, there's now a licker sneakily waiting right by the ladder for me. So it wasn't worth me killing those zombies in the first place because they're going to disappear anyway. But see, if he didn't know he was there, he'd run right into him. And that was pretty stupid, I ran the wrong way. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played this, okay, I'm trying to remember. I'm getting my directions confused. Fortunately, it's probably safer to actually run down and back up the ladder again than it is to go the other way. I never want to pass up a free green herb. Let's grab that. If you're really going for like a fast time, you wanted that A rank, you wanted to unlock everything, you can almost get like bullet points and write them down and basically work out how quickly you can do it, how many times you have to enter a room, what order should you get items in, but said, you know, if you're just playing it for a leisurely run through, it's just not necessary. As long as you're having fun and the people watching it are having fun, it's all good. Considering how old this game is, but how pivotal it was, it's always interesting hearing from people who maybe haven't played it before or who played the remake first, because if you're able to, you know, even if you weren't around then, if you're able to cast your mind back to a time before and appreciate, you know, the technology and the culture and the ideas at the time, it's quite remarkable. Resident Evil 2 was actually 70% finished before release, and then it was decided to be scrapped because they just weren't happy with the quality. And Shinji Mikami, the director, basically said start it again. So they salvaged very few assets, rebuilt the entire game, and it became one of the best-selling games of all time, which is a miracle, given that most people would have made it a flop. Now you revisit the library. Remember those shutters I told you about? If you don't put them down, this is what happens. Fortunately, we don't have to revisit those areas again, so it's just as well. As I said, in the original version, the police station was a lot more modern, and it's become commonly known among fans as Resident Evil 1.5, and there are playable versions that you can find where fans have tried to sort of rebuild it from like sort of bits and pieces that they could find around. There's even like cutscenes they've managed to re-implement as well, and characters help you throughout the game. Robert Kendo, the gun shop owner, he was like a side character throughout a lot of the story. So yeah, it's quite amazing to think that they had a 70% finished product, and then they scrapped it almost back to square one again, and then rebuilt the entire game, and it was better, and it was a bestseller. I mean, that's just, yeah, remarkable. This is why you need the crank. The amount of times I've got to this room and I've left the crank in a safe box, it's just like, oh, done better thinking about. Here's the clock mechanism. Pop the cog in. Hit the switch. Similar puzzle in the remake. Anyone watching who's played the remake first might remember that. There is a very, very good hiding place. Last plug is. And it also lets us jump down the dust sheet, which is great because it saves me a whole load of running back down the basement.
No! Get away!
I know what you're thinking, what the hell was that? Let's go and see what happened.
Ben! Can you still hear me? Come on, answer! Damn! I don't believe this. I almost got the story. Ben.
Bitter irony. The chief of police, a co-conspirator. Get that scum. Make him pay.
Hang in there, Ben. Oh! My chest! It's burning! What's wrong?
Good God, what was that?
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada! Wait! Hey! Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
And when you play as Claire, Scenario B, you'll receive those transmissions from Leon, so it's a nice way of connecting the stories. You may have noticed Resident Evil's little homage to the Alien movie, with a poor guy having the thing burst out of his chest. The creature that you saw, I suppose, impregnate him, will be revealed later on, but looks like his body rejected it. And of course he talked about the chief of police being a co-conspirator. Claire meets Brian Irons, Leon doesn't. So again, in her scenario, that whole subplot is expanded on. But it looks like the guy who was meant to be looking after everybody was actually one of the villains all along. So now, go back down, put that last chest plug in, and we are out of here. provided you don't get attacked by any spiders. This is one of the last times, and it's the only time they really pose a threat. The rest of the time they're fairly easy to dodge. It's just because of that tight corridor that's tricky. Alright, let's get geared up and save it and go on through. What don't we need? We've got plenty of health. And let's get the submachine gun as well. Always fun. As I said, I'm always very cautious with saving because if you're not going to play this before, you get to a certain boss and then you get caught out. So I don't fancy that happening. Right, here we go. You do get marked down for using special weapons like the submachine gun, but I said I don't mind. I'm not trying to be a record speedrunner here or a high scorer. There's that thing that burst out of his chest. Looks like it's getting bigger. That's why the submachine gun is a great weapon. In the days of the PS1, you could of course use a cheat cartridge like an exploder or an explorer and have all 4 plugs at the start. And then of course you just run through this door, you never find the boss, you miss out on a whole load of story.
Ada! What was that all about? Running off like that was reckless and stupid. Those zombies are everywhere, not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
Look, Ada, as an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together, okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
So reluctantly we're going to work together. I always like that when you walk past those vents, the water sprays up and over. A nice little feature, you wouldn't have seen that. It's almost kind of sewer physics. You wouldn't have seen that back in the quite cool. Blue herb because it's always good to carry a couple. Right, this is the sewer segment. Door to the warehouse. Down the ladder. Another little area that a lot of people don't know about. It's not essential, but you get more ammo, of course. If you're able to carry more ammo, you feel a bit more secure. I don't know why Ada's still on the inventory screen there, because she's not with us, she stayed upstairs. Right, can't carry any more items in that case. Let's combine that one. There are magnum rounds there. And there are shotgun shells. I think I'm going to need the magnum rounds for that. But I'm going to grab both anyway. There we go. A bit of extra ammo always helps. As I said, the Magnum is a brilliant, brilliant weapon. As long as you don't upgrade it, you don't get any of the extra recoil. But it's so powerful. I mean, it can kill a lot of enemies with it. Especially the lickers if you know you get them bang on. Great, alright, so let's just as well. Let's drop the submachine gun off. Magnum rounds can sit by the Magnum. I think we got enough shotgun shells to last us for a good long while. I said a lot of the enemies, like the previous game, you can just run past them. You don't need to kill absolutely everything that you find. But then again, even something like zombies, you can dodge them, as I've been doing a lot of the time. But when you find yourself surrounded, a quick shotgun blast that can get rid of 3 of them, you know, it's always worth having. Right, let's head down to the next floor. As long as Ada's not being attacked, you can just run away through it and she'll automatically follow you, so that's good.
Ada! Heads up!
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
He took a bullet for a woman he's only just met. She runs off. Whoever she was, she's obviously more important than Leon is. Let's go find out. See people talk about cockroach enemies being in the game and how great it would be, and I said, well, they were, look, Resident Evil 2. I mean, yeah, it was blink and you'll miss some enemies, but they were still in it, and they're still dangerous, they're still enemies, so anybody asking about cockroaches, play Resident Evil 2 again.
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself. Ada? Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus, William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... Precisely. My husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
This way.
It's sheer perfection. My precious G-Virus. No one will ever take you away from me.
There he is.
So you finally come.
Doctor, we're here to collect the G-Virus sample.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Doctor, you might hit the sample. That's it, all right. Okay, let's move out.
William. Oh my. Hold on, darling. I'm taking care of that bullet wound first. Stay here.
Alpha team, have you retrieved the sample yet?
Affirmative. We'll be at the rendezvous point in 1 minute.
Roger.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-Virus into his own body?
The G-Virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there! Shoot it! Eat this, you freak! I'm stopping it! What is this thing? Hurry! What is this thing? Fire! Fire! You son of a...
So those rats were the carriers of the virus.
As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-Virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other creatures.
And create offspring. No. Too bad.
Well, looks like Ada got the upper hand. It may sound confusing, but the G-Virus is what created the monster that Annette was talking about. The T-Virus is what's been going through the city, killing everyone, turning them into zombies. So there are two different viruses at play.
Ada?
Gonna follow Ada, just gotta go back to the save room before we go too far. Yeah, piece of equipment. Ada's an interesting character, even though she's clearly fiercely independent and so she wants to find a boyfriend and she's got this, you know, mission. You've got to realise that she does have to trust Leon because they have to work together. So it is reckless to run off. But of course, he's a police officer at heart, and he's heroic and he's selfless, so he's going to go after her regardless. Even if she leaves him for dead, he takes a bullet for it. unfortunately we can't follow her directly because the fan is now spinning on top of the ladder. That brilliant cutscene we just saw where the Umbrella Assault team decimated, you can find their bodies here. This is where William tore through the place and killed them all. It is ironic, I suppose, that his virus saved him in a way. It made him something even worse. Here are the spiders. As I said, they're easy to dodge in this instance. They don't really pose any threat unless they grab you or they can drop venom on you. So as long as you keep moving, you don't really have to worry. This is the last place we see. Whoever designed the elaborate security devices was very, very artistic. It's like, you want to set the key man and then upgraded to beautifully embossed metals. You're going to have to put them both in. It's like, is that necessary? What about a fingerprint or something? But then, maybe it would be pretty cool if you worked at a place where you had to, use special plugs based on chess pieces or something like that. That was one of the things about the remake, is that USB sticks small enough to fit into a police badge. It seems like a pretty modern thing, and while I know they had removable media back then, I'm not sure that Resident Evil 2 Remake portraying a USB key inside a police badge is, strictly from the time period. I may be wrong, I don't know. It seemed like one of those things where the developers had included it because it was cool, not because it was actually accurate. It's very, very important to put that bridge back up again. Again, I've been caught out so many times with it. This is my first time playing this game in a while. I usually play it at least once a year. I mean, it is a fantastic game and I love going back to it. Especially now that we've got this gorgeous HD remaster. Because as I said before, like all the signs, all the notice boards, all the the street lettering, you're seeing things and it's such a higher quality than you would have been able to before. And they've also remastered Resident Evil 3 like this, so I'd love to play through that at some point.
Ada!
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. How do you take it out? Well, have you seen yours? So have I. Take the bait. You can shoot him normally, but you get ammo in the later later stage if you kill him normally. But I don't like to. I like to use that because it reminds me of one of my favourite movies, and I think that's what they were going for. So it's all good. Dumping area, we've all been there. Seems appropriate given this is a sword.
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up. That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
This is what I it's important to remember to use the valve handle again to move the bridge back up. Otherwise you'd be stuck there, you have to go all the way back down again. So, fortunately, that's one thing I did remember. Up here, you see the eagle, and if you remember my playthrough of Resident Evil 1, the eagle and the wolf medals are reused here. That guy looks like he's been shot. It's possible it was the Umbrella Assault team maybe who came through on their way to William's lab. Again, it's one of those little details, you know. You can tell that guy wasn't a zombie necessarily. It looks like he's still, you know, had a headshot, so there's another story to tell. Of course, the police chief and William Birkin were working together, so some of Umbrella's higher ups and that would have been coming through here in secret to visit William's lab. And so you wonder, you know, how many Silver Staff members are privy to that, and did any have to be silenced because of what they saw. It's one of those games that has lots of different layers. It doesn't have to spell everything out for you, you know, or tell you everything intricately. A lot of it's left up to the imagination, and I think a lot of games today lack that. They feel everything has to be black and white, clean cut. Fortunately, Ada's very, very tough and she can handle herself, so there's always stuff in the back. They don't tend to grab her either, they have a Grundlefly vomit drop attack, which they tend to do. And I think maybe NPCs like a program which is one of the assets. If she needs to, she shoots them, otherwise she just dodges them. Alright, let's head on through. That cutscene earlier where you see William being shot and then injecting himself, we'll visit that location later on. It was used in a few other games for later events, well, later releases like Operation Raccoon City, but I don't really consider those games canon. I mean, this is the proper story. Even the remake, I consider it in a canon of its own because it was good, but it felt more like a movie adaptation. It didn't really feel like the game that I thought it should have been, as opposed to the Resident Evil 1 remake, which I felt took everything that was good about it and just added to Resident Evil 2. It was very, very good, although it changed quite a lot. And Resident Evil 3 remake, I think the best thing about it was character development, like Carlos and that. We've got a nice little Terminator 2 reference coming up. See if you spot it. Let's get out of here. You can light this flare gun here, which causes a little key to illuminate, but I know where the key is. So no need. Right, let's head through. It's another one of those areas you pass through, you never have to come back again, so, you know, if you can avoid killing everything, then do it. Cheers, Aiden. Very helpful. zombies in small areas like that, but when there's multiple ones coming, it's just not worth it sometimes. And because I got so much shotgun ammo, you can afford to be a little. This area, surprisingly for a lot of people, is visited in Resident Evil 0, which is a prequel to the first game. And while it feels at the moment we're within the city limits, Resident Evil 0 implies that this location is actually further out of town. So, Resi 0 is a tricky one because, you know, when you're building a game based around an established lore like that, you know, it is kind of tricky to match things up. I like Zero to be kind of like a what if scenario that, you know, people telling you what happened to them, and it not quite matching up with what you know. So, you know, Zero is a kind of, you know, take it or leave it story, but a very good one. As I said, it was being developed for the Nintendo 64, and there is footage online of it being played, and again, very, very ambitious project, but they moved it to the GameCube, and it was one of the sole reasons to buy a GameCube. It was pretty good. With a weapon box key we can store. Stick the first aid spray in the chest, just in case. This is one of those games you usually finish it with plenty of health left over, but if you don't store the health as you go, you know, you still kind of feel that, you know, you're missing something. So I don't mind. I don't mind being overcautious in these games. As I said, I'm not going for any records or anything. Again, a lot of people don't know there is some hidden handgun ammo. I don't know how I find this out, you know. When you're a kid, you know, before YouTube and that, maybe I just, you know, read like one or two guides and I just see if I missed anything. And I think it was places like that. You know, you find secrets you didn't know about. For example, did you know if you aim the customer shotgun at the camera at certain points in the game it makes bullet holes? The only toilet in the whole game can be seen here. So right, as far as we know, the Raccoon City Police Department did not have a toilet anywhere. I don't know how the employees felt about that. Maybe they had to run to the cafe down the street or something. That was one of the good things about the remake, they did include a toilet. But then of course you look at the mansion in the first game, you know, there's a little bathroom you can go to in one of the corridors, and it's like, is that the only toilet in the entire building? Not very well designed. Let's head on down to the lab, the last area of the game. As you can see, it's a lot shorter than Resident Evil 1, but that's because there are basically two games that make up Resident Evil 2. Don't miss about the inside as well. It's cool pre-rendered FMV cutscenes, very cool.
Ada! Can you hear me? Come on, snap out of it!
She's unconscious. Nice big wound to the back of her head. So we're trapped outside until the emergency's over.
Don't die on me, Ada. Come on! Wake up! Come on! Welcome back. Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound, so just rest here in the meantime.
But I'll only slow you down with these injuries. Go. Save yourself.
I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only known you for a short period of time, but I really enjoy being with you. I know I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together. Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
This was another of the great soundtracks from this game, was Ada's theme. She's wounded, she saved Leon's life, he saved her life. It's an interesting character dynamic the two of them have. And you think, is there more to it than just, a police officer doing his sworn duty to look after a civilian? And I don't know. I don't think the later games really sort of give you any more clarity. I must admit, I haven't finished Resident Evil 6. I just can't enjoy it. I'm trying so hard to enjoy it, but it's just not Resident Evil. It's Call of Duty with mutants. It's the story's very, very weak. I don't really care about any of the characters, and it's too big in scope. I mean, even though Resident Evil 2 is set in Raccoon City, it's still, claustrophobic and tense enough to be scary. I think that's what's important. But I think Ada will have an interesting storyline here. You can see on the left of the screen there an interesting little 1990s laptop. I have seen those around. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm sure somebody watching, some computer expert will probably know. But I love the way they include things like that. Right. Let's get some help for Ada. Find out what's going on. Get out of this place. Right, let's do it. I love the design of this lab as well. The original game had like a hub, if you will, a square corridor. Doors jutted out, but here you've got this colossal, empty shaft, bridges, the central structure. And you can kind of feel all of this was built under the city. Now it's civilian knowledge. It's a company like Umbrella has an unlimited funding, unlimited resources. What could they get away with? What could they do? And for what purpose? First things first, though, we've got to reconnect the power. Go to the cold storage. HD quality, I still can't quite see what's written on every door. But, you know, it's all good. Let's get the master fuse. Sorry, the fuse case. Well, Leon, lucky day, I do have a fuse case. There we go. It's great to see little screens like that you see only once, but to see them in, you know, high quality, high rendered, upscaled mode, it's really, really good to see. Don't need the first aid spray. Let's live a little. Like any good horror film, the first couple of games, you know, start off with you being on the, you know, the confused receiving end of what's happening. You know, you're seeing the after effects of the viral outbreak and all that. And as you progress through the story, you end up basically going to the heart of, you know, where it all started. I quite like that. You know, it's a good formula, it's a good story structure to use. So again, going here, hearing what happened, finding out what happened, seeing the locations yourself, it's good. You know, you don't feel like just a bystander, you actually feel like part of the story. That's always good to see. That room on the left, I could go in there for some shotgun shells, but let me say it's so dangerous, it's not really worth it. You have to crawl through that vent with those plants. There's like a researcher tried to pour oil everywhere, but he didn't make it. So I'm going to take the flamethrower, because there are some things that Umbrella were working on that are not big fans of fire, and it's actually really the only best way to take care of them. You can turn on anti-BOW gas, which makes the enemies weaker, but gives the whole room a green tint. I don't really like it. But you get quite lucky there if you torch them quick enough, the venom won't hit you. So as you can see, Umbrella were experimenting with all sorts, and one of their giant plant experiments got a little too big. Again, just seeing that in full HD, like that vent at the top, you can see it breaking out. I don't ever recall seeing that vent before, so having it in this high quality is really, really good. As I've mentioned many times before, this is my first playthrough of the Super HD remastered version. When you can remaster a game with this quality, you know, it kind of begs the question, do you need to remake it or reimagine it from the ground up, you know? Some people say yes because they don't like the old graphics, and I thought, yeah, but you know, you've got to be able to appreciate when games come out, you know? Not every game that's a few years old needs to be remade, because modern audiences, you know, don't like it. These liquors, you might notice, are actually a little different. They're known as claw liquors. They're dark green. They're a lot more powerful, and I think they're actually a bit stronger. Yeah, you don't want to be caught here. mean, multiple lickers in an enclosed space. That is not good. Not a good time. Fortunately, they anticipated the fact that wouldn't go too well, so they left some health, which is always welcome. You see, you think, oh, you know, carry a few mixed herbs around, you know, it's a bit overcautious, you know, is that really necessary? But then you get to a point, they've never cornered me in that corridor before, all three of them haven't ever done that, so you see, sometimes you can get caught out. That's what it's well worth. Making sure you've got plenty of ammo and plenty of health. I can't stress that enough. There are so many games, especially Resident Evil Code Veronica, where people don't plan ahead. They don't save enough ammo or health, and they get halfway through, they can't physically finish it, and they can start again. Here's our umbrella. I guess monitor everything with their experiments, it looks like. All the security systems around, so you wonder what happened down here. Flamethrower I'm going to drop for now. And health I'm going to pick up. Also going to save it because we don't have 3 lickers coming up in quick succession again, but we do have a few unpredictable areas. Of course, at this point, Claire's been going through her story. So I said she's been, you know, seeing things that Leon has affected. She's seen things that happen that we have seen the aftermath of. So it's interesting when you play her scenario and you see everything from her point of view. There are certain things you can do in this game, like there's another side quest where you both have to put 2 of your fingerprints down, and that unlocks a secret area. I'm not going to do that again because it's, you know, it's a slightly, you know, slight waste of time. It's not really necessary, and you know, this stream's long enough already, so I'm not going to go into all the details of the side quest. You come here in Resident Evil Outbreak as well. It was an interesting experiment. It was a PS2 online Resident Evil game where you play as characters during the actual outbreak. Chaos is going on, and you do come to this place. So that was quite cool to see in the PS2 era. Outbreak, unfortunately, wasn't hugely well received. The Magnum parts, no, I don't know, as I thought there was ammo in there. While Outbreak was a good game, it just felt a little something missing because, of course, it was an online game. It was designed to be played online, and so even if you were Japanese, you know, the server stayed open for a while. And I think there is actually a fan-made server now that you can connect to using a Japanese copy of the game where you can actually play it. So that's worth doing. I've got the Outbreak games, and I mean, I do enjoy playing them. They're just a collection of scenarios, as I said, with different characters. The only thing is, you've got the kind of, you know, RPG element where everybody's going about doing their own thing, and you have to find the right person who picked up the right key and get the right person to help you. And you know, these games are meant to be played single player. Once Resi started going, you know, online co-op with Resident Evil 5, just playing with a friend, it just loses the horror aspect because you're not isolated anymore. And isolation, I believe, is a very, very important factor into what makes these games really, really good. So, I think it's more important that they're single player. That's why Resident Evil 7 was a breath of fresh air. You had Resident Evil 4 to 6, you had the 2 Revelations games, and they were very, very action orientated. I feel that larvae dropping down. And Resident Evil 7, I think it was mostly favourable reviews, but I like the fact that it took things back to being a single protagonist in an isolated location, looking for clues, looking for keys, trying to uncover a mystery. I think that was more what the series is meant to be about. Yeah, I mean, I would rather third person, or even, you know, third person fixed camera angles than first person. I don't know, I think first person does work in horror. If you look at Alien Isolation, you look at Outlast, it does work. I just think fans need the choice. Get the timing right, that guy doesn't get near you. And thankfully that's the last licker that we're going to face in the game. I'm very, very pleased to say. Right, let's go check on Ada, save the game, and find a way out. Quick with those guys, if you get too close to them, their tendrils can snap you up pretty quick. I believe they can poison you like the spiders, though I might be making that up, so I don't quite remember. So because they're so slow, normally you can dodge them. Although there are times when you know, you'll be fine, but they can flip 180 degrees and grab you. For some reason, the naked zombie turned up. Hope Ada's okay. Oh, she's gone. So we're going to save the last save and find out where Ada went. Find a way out of here. So why did Ada leave? She found out her boyfriend's dead. But she seems to know. Let's find out what's going on. So we save up the shotgun shells. It makes things a damn sight easier later in the game. And one more to the right, there we go. Take the ammo disc. And take the first aid spray, why not? We can use health, take the magnum rounds. Now we're good to go. Let's do it.
murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway. What happened?
We've taken the only sample left of the G-Virus.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
And just like the first game, self-destruct system.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
Leon. I've been waiting for you, Leon.
What are you doing?
You know what this is about, so just hand over the G-Virus.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that. Ada! Ada! I've got you. Don't give up.
Leon, it's over. Just let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
It's too late, Leon. We both know it.
No! I promised you that we would escape. You just have to help me out here.
I really wanted to escape with you, Leon. Escape from everything. Goodbye.
Ada!
let's take the Magnum.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
And a couple of first aid sprays.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform. All employees proceed to the bottom
More safety
platform.
measure.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
Not bad, we're almost at the end of 2.5 hours so far. As if you're under 2.5 hours and a couple of saves, don't get special offers, you get a good grade, so time wise, not doing too badly. Right, let's finish this. It has been a real pleasure to play through this again. A, because in my opinion it's the best game of the whole series. B, because of these high quality backgrounds. It's just an amazing new way to see a game that I know so well. So yeah, credit to the people who rendered these backgrounds out. They're fantastic. Let's get out of this place.
Until detonation.
You know shit's getting real when a time limit appears on the screen. Can't mess around anymore. Williams not that second form with all the legs, he can really be a problem if you don't keep an eye on where you are. If you get grabbed twice, it's game over. But that's it, you save up the Magnum rounds. You're usually alright. A couple of minutes to spare. Let's see what Claire's been up to. She's got her escape route ready. And that's it, game over.
Hurry up! Leon! find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning. Goodbye, Ada.
There we go, that is Leon Scenario 8 done. It might sound like it seemed to end a little bit abruptly, a little bit too happy, and that's because there is more to that ending, but you have to finish the B scenario. So at some point I will play Claire B, we'll see what she was up to on her side in the scenario that I've just played. As I said, I think Resident Evil 2 is the best game in the series that didn't have a remake. Very, very good. Very good. It just didn't have the atmosphere, I don't think. It didn't have the sort of the tension and the soundtrack that the original game had. But still very, very good. And yeah, I'd encourage anybody who likes the series to go back and play these. You just remember, you know, take your mind back to the time when it was made. It's not going to look like a game today because for all the Xbox One, but that's okay because it's still a brilliant game. You know, just because the film was black and white doesn't mean it's not worth watching. So yeah, suggest anybody who hasn't played this, play it. It's available in places in the world. You can still buy the discs pretty cheap on eBay. It's on the GameCube, Dreamcast. It's on both systems. Though avoid the Gamecom. Stress that enough. Looking at the cast there, the late Paul Haddad, he died earlier this year. He played Leon, and he's immortalised forever in this game. So yeah, he was a good character to play as. So yeah, it wasn't about the rank.